Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. We're gonna see what's going on with Bitcoin today on the daily, starting as usual with our channeling to see where are we and what we might have, of course, today based on the channels and the price action position. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A bull run finished in a wave 1. ABC very likely unfolding as a bear market, expanding flat to hit the 1.618, 1.38 here. And of course, inside the blue zone that it might finish, of course, this expanding flat taking the low there. And we might see, of course, a potential bull run starting from there. Since we have finished wave 2, we're looking for wave 3 above the 200k for Bitcoin. Very likely to happen, guys. Currently, in the moment, we see, of course, the price right now ranging below the old base channel and playing, of course, as a resistance, as you can see. And still playing, of course, another resistance again after this correction and try to push for higher again. But of course, it has failed, and we have, of course, dived deeper again, knowing that the price, even based on the new base channel taken from the 1, 2, 3, and then supposed to be a wave 4. Wave 4 took a lot of time here, a very, very long time, and it was not supposed to break the base channel in the red. So this is, of course, it's a question mark here, what's going on. And that, of course, means something else is unfolding much more than an impulse. And that means, of course, potentially switching to a diagonal here in a wave 2. By all means, that you have finished an ABC structure there as a zigzag wave 1. And wave 2, of course, unfolding as another zigzag and potentially, of course, ABC for wave 3, 4, and a 5 to hit finally, of course, the 1.618 at a 68k and starting a new bull run from there, of course, as a 1, 2, 1, 2, and then pushing for higher prices. If we take a look at the labels, of course, for this impulse, we are looking therefore for the bearish here in an impulse for a wave C. Then, of course, an ABC toward the downside might be unfolding. However, as I mentioned, this is a lowest possibility right now. The highest possibility is the ending diagonal, which is, of course, an ABC there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Currently, we are in the middle of the wave 3 there, if you have realized, an A, B, and a C might be unfolding, and then 4 and a 5, of course, continuation for lower prices. Now, if we are in a deeper correction, if you are looking for something deeper for Bitcoin, that means, of course, around the 50Ks and the 44K. So that means, of course, you are looking here at a finished wave 1 over there. You have a long bull run, then, of course, you have finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, your wave 5 somehow finished, yeah, in ending diagonal, which I don't like it so much, but it's still, of course, possible. Now, the wave 2, of course, it can be a WX and a Y. Why WX and a Y? Because, of course, we have 3 waves down here, 3 waves up, of course, and, of course, it cannot be yet impulsive now, especially that this wave 4 took so much time to unfold a wave 5. And that means, of course, can be very likely a WX and a Y to finish exactly at 0.38 taken from the top here and the low of this impulse as a retracement in confluence as well with this stronghold area and then pushing toward the upside for something very bullish again. So this is the deepest correction probably that Bitcoin might have around the 56k and 44k. However, I prefer, of course, to see a broken 63k first before calling something deeper. So we cannot actually pass to this area before breaking this one and, of course, taking it as priority and step by step. For the bullish, if we are bullish right now, and because, of course, there is a possibility and we're still there in the fib levels where you might have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe extended diagonal or even a bigger ending diagonal wave 5 here, larger one, and even can transform to something ultimate bullish still, where you might have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 here since you are in the perfect fib level, no 8, 8, 6 taken. It still can play it, guys. Okay, it still can play it and transforms this to another 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 ultimate bullish scenario. However, for this scenario, it's still very far. We need first the confirmation for higher. We need, of course, the 99k. And we need to see an impulse wave 3, 4, 5 for 5 first. Okay, plus breaking the fib levels for a wave 5 in an ending diagonal, meaning wave 5 become longer than wave 3, then we can call something ultimate bullish. But before this, of course, we cannot think about it right now. We are still, of course, in a bearish scenario. To the 2-hour chart here, to check, of course, what do we have on the 2-hour chart. We have, after this correction, potentially ABC. We are looking for an impulse downward. As you can see here, we might have a 1, 2, 3, and then wave 4. Wave 5 is unfolding here as a potential zigzag, of course, in a wave 1, because, of course, it might be an ending diagonal. As mentioned yesterday, we need to watch, of course, the 1-to-1 fib level. Now, today we saw, of course, a reaction pushing, of course, down and then up again. But yeah, we have to be, of course, very careful here. We need a decisive move. Okay, we don't need weakness. We don't need to see weakness around it. It doesn't mean this is nothing. Yeah, it's not decisive even. So we need something to show power there. Yeah. So if it doesn't, then okay, this is still, of course, not a good signal. We want to see continuation toward the upside. If we see this, then it's good. We are looking for potentially for higher prices there. It can be, of course, 2 scenarios here for the bullish and the bearish. But if we gonna keep looking at some red candles from the 1-to-1 fib level there, very likely that we unfold, of course, the zigzag wave 1, 2, 3, and then 4 and a 5 toward the downside. Okay, to finish up, of course, this impulse and taking even potentially this low. We'll see, of course, how it's gonna work. This is a bearish, of course, diagonal I'm expecting there. But if we are bullish here, then we would like to see, of course, something continue toward the upside here. On the 15-minute chart, I would like to see continuation somehow as 1, 2, 1, 2. And yeah, this is another 1, 2 right now. It's time for a wave 3. Okay. If we don't see a wave 3 unfolding, then okay, forget about it. We might, of course, dive deeper. This is very corrective. And then, of course, continuation towards the downside might be unfolding there. Okay. So basically, the bullish is, of course, confirmation should be right now. I would say, to make it much more clearer, well, let's take this high again. So 89,631 is our confirmation for higher again. Okay, so that would be, of course, confirmation for higher here. Confirmation for higher. Okay, so this is regarding Bitcoin. I would like to see, of course, 89,631 taken to confirm something pushing towards the 1.61892. Otherwise, if the price stays below this price, then we are looking for lower. That was it for Bitcoin. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.